What a victory for Juan Manuel Márquez, with blood streaming out of both nostrils and his mouth. He scores a colossal right hand to knock Pacquiao cold.
A lot of the work that we do is, especially with 24/7, is even in the sense of like a real-time documentary. So we're documenting things that happen on Tuesday, it's going to air Saturday, but we still treat it the way you would treat a true documentary. Like, we're not sort of a reality show where we're taking people's words out of context or trying to amp up some sort of illicit drama. Like, everything happens, and we're just presenting it in a little bit nicer of a manner to the audience, you know, giving a little more stylization.
Following a draw in their first bout, and then 2 losses by decision for Marquez. Now, back in Las Vegas, another bid to provide a definitive conclusion was at hand.
What's really cool about that particular piece, it's only 2 cameras. The whole fight was just shown via 2 cameras. We had 2 cameramen, one on the apron in the ring, one in the stands. And that's sort of the challenge of 24/7 by its nature, is we have a very streamlined skeleton crew that, you know, we don't have the luxury of, you know, calling upon, you know, worlds of archival material or many different, you know, cinematographers in the field or many producers. It's a small crew, and the one thing that we have, and I'd like to think better than anyone else, is access and the cooperation of these fighters. Like, they understand what we're doing. They understand that we're presenting them in an honest fashion. We're presenting them in a way that's going to help the audience understand them better and be more engaged in the fight. And I think even in retelling that fight, even though it was a little skewed, he says he didn't get knocked down. He clearly got knocked down. He didn't trip. We gave him the benefit of letting him tell his story, but then we show the evidence that, well, maybe you're not 100% saying the truth.
En el quinto round me conecta Pacquiao con una mano izquierda bien, de recto, pero no bien, yo me tropiezo con su pie.
Manny Pacquiao evens up the knockdown count.
I think if you're not a fan, it actually is very, very helpful as well, because you're seeing things for the first time, and you're not so inside, and you don't know the backstories. So we have to do a good job of presenting these stories for the people that have no knowledge of boxing, no knowledge of, you know, the fact that this guy's a Hall of Famer, and yet this was still the greatest night of his life. Like, we have to make this important to everybody watching, whether they've seen a fight before or they've seen 1,000 fights before.
Simplemente cuando esperé que Pacquiao entrara con esa finta, cuando Pacquiao finta, entra. Entonces yo nomás estaba esperando esa finta cuando le hiciera para yo conectar mi golpe y así lo llevamos a cabo.
We try to be very objective. You know, we don't take sides. We present both fighters pretty much equally, even if you go, you know, with a stopwatch. And that's the job. You know, we just try to do it in a very elegant way and try to give boxing a little bit more of a sense of poetry and a little bit more respect than maybe just 2 guys slugging the hell out of each other.
With blood streaming out of both nostrils and his mouth, he scores a colossal right hand to knock Pacquiao cold.